Hi guys, welcome to our channel. A seemingly perfect young couple competes for a $5 million prize by separating in an empty white room for 50 days. No phone, no family, no friends, and only vital facilities are provided for the participants. Because this room is going to break their decision. Check the title of the movie in the description. The film opens with a couple named Kate and Mike going through a large light-filled room. Absolute whiteness covers the entire space, and it turns out that a famous doctor had designed this room to challenge people. The countdown starts for 50 days by pressing the red button, and both are excited. They have to stay in the room for 50 days. If they do this, they will get $50 million. If one of them leaves, $1 million will be deducted from their bonus. Also, no one else will be allowed to stay in the room, and they will not be allowed to meet or talk to anyone. Nothing like a TV or phone will be available for theme. However, this will not dampen their spirits in the room. Kate claims that they should split their share of the income in half and that she plans to use it for investments. However, Mike doesn't know much about what he will do with his money, but he wants to make all his dreams come true by getting this money. A simple double bed can be seen, and when they check the bathroom, the AI voice warns that it should be used individually. There is also a small screen on the wall that explains the rules for the residents of this room, and in addition, it is possible to order food by touching the screen. They receive an appetizing liquid by ordering a food package, yet hope their next meal will be more appropriate. The lights are programmed to automatically turn off during the night, and this room will now be their home for the first night. Mike wants them to sleep together that first night, but Kate is against it because she's worried that someone might be watching them from the outside. The next morning, Kate goes to the bathroom to shower, and while staring at the mirror, she repeats to herself the words that will increase her confidence. After taking a bath, she takes off her new clothes and spends intimate moments with Mike after coming out. Surprisingly, their breakfast also includes the same repetitive food pattern, which disappoints them, but the thought of reaching $50 million makes them ignore all these things. They talk about the doctor who created this room and the challenge. Mike talks about how rich this guy is and points out that there was only one interview with him from 30 years ago when he was a student. The AI voice informs them morning, noon and night, and Keith spends most of her time in meditation during the day. Meanwhile, Mike can't take his eyes off the countdown timer that shows 50 days. Mike soon gets bored and wonders why this room is all white, and that there is nothing in it. Hours later, the night comes, and Kate reminds Mike to get out of this boring situation and think they will get a $50 million reward. Mike has a rough night and, on the other hand, as morning comes, Kate follows her routine, even asking Mike to exercise so he doesn't have to look at the countdown clock. They do this for days, dancing together, playing silly games and trying to keep their spirits up, but it's clear that their lives are boring. After a few weeks, Mike notices the presence of an insect on the floor of the room. He starts talking to it out of loneliness and even gives it food. When he spills some of the drink on the floor, an AI voice warns him and emphasizes that the food is only for the participant. Mike begins to worry about the bug's condition and tries to talk to the AI voice, but Kate points out that the robot can't have a two-way conversation. Mike decides to help the bug by hitting the red button and putting it out, but he insists he has no intention of leaving the room. However, Kate warns him that he will be out if he pushes the button. Kate is angry with Mike's insistence on letting the bug out because she doesn't want their efforts to spend these days to be destroyed just because of a bug, so the argument between them escalates. Kate blames Mike for being a vegan and being too sensitive to bugs, to the point where when she steps in to end the argument, she accidentally destroys the bug, apologizing for it and saying it was an accident. Currently, they are limited to choosing only 2 treats according to the rules of this room. As the days go by, with almost 31 days left to the end of his challenge, Mike decides to get the first treat according to the rules to escape from this boring situation. Kate disagrees because $100,000 will be deducted from the bonus by asking for it. Still, Mike ignores her advice and immediately takes action to get the item he wants. Surprisingly, the system offers him a green chalk and Mike is excited to see it. He starts painting on the room's walls and draws beautiful designs with his creativity. Kate joins him and asks him to paint her on the wall, but Mike's designs don't look real and are made of his imagination, so finally, Kate gets bored and leaves. Mike doesn't stop working and continues to paint until the chalk runs out. After finishing the painting, he goes to the bathroom to wash his hands. Kate gets nervous about him dirtying the bathroom and the room. However, she turns to Mike to comfort her, hoping they will make it. Hours later, while Mike is staring at his finger and deep in thought, Kate suddenly calls him, and it turns out that there is a gun in the bathroom. She immediately asks Mike to get rid of it, but the only idea they can think of is to hide it under the bed. After a few days, the couple receives a token of appreciation that displays video messages from their loved ones. Mike gives a message from his sister, who assures him that she and his parents are fine.
I miss you.
I miss you!
Mike is happy to see his sister. However, seeing a video message from Kate's father upsets her so much that she plans to stop it from being shown anyway. Her father explains that he now lives in a shelter in St. Mary's and is no longer on the streets. He repeats the song he sang to her as a child, and Kate tears up. Mike goes to her and sympathizes with her, and they spend the night together. The next day, despite the robot announcing that morning has come, Kate tends to stay in bed. Her condition is deteriorating due to the stress she endured last night, and that's why she is still in her bed for hours. She finally reveals that she lied to Mike about her father because she was embarrassed by him and never thought she would see him again. He had lost his whole life because of gambling and drinking, so he could not afford Kate's education. However, Mike says "I love you" after hearing it. Kate also says "I love you," but she stays in bed in a bad mood.
Maybe I could interest you in our specials today. For the main course, we've got smoked nothing.
The days are difficult for them until Mike admits he can't continue and shows unusual behavior. Since each of them is allowed 2 requests according to the rules, and the second request will deduct a large amount of their reward, Kate, seeing his bad mood, invites him to take his second treat. Kate goes to the bathroom, and when Mike taps the screen and asks for his second treat, the door opens, and a naked woman named Simone appears. Mike explains to her that he is confused. Kate comes out of the bathroom and is shocked to see Simone introducing herself. Mike maintains that he doesn't know how she got there. At the same time, Simone explains that she is an actress and accepts her appearance in Immaculate room as a challenge from her lawyer. She says that they asked her to come into the room naked, and when Kate sees her in this state, she asks Mike to take off his shirt and give it to her. Simone admires Mike's drawings and seems to like them, and Kate reacts angrily to her behavior. She calls Mike and informs him that they should think about her. Suddenly the lights in the room go off, and night falls, so Mike suggests that they sleep on the bed, and he sleeps on the floor. Simone starts acting suspiciously around Mike, so Kate gets angry and forces Mike to make the 3 of them sleep in bed. Kate slept in the middle of them and was quite restless all night because she feared Mike would be turned on by her. The next morning, she realizes that Simone is not there, and she goes to the bathroom, thinking Simone has left the room. Suddenly Kate realizes that she is in the bathroom. She is furious at her presence. When Kate returns from the bathroom, she sees the 2 of them having a friendly conversation, and then she says she plans to take a treat. She gets 3 MDMA pills and all 3 of them decide to use them, which leads to happy and unusual behavior from them, including dancing and kissing each other. After that, Mike enters his dream world, where he is surrounded by a circle of blackness. He imagines himself submerged under the waves. Suddenly, his younger brother dives into the water and drowns. He endures intense stress because he cannot save him, and suddenly, Kate wakes him up from this nightmare. As Mike cries, Kate calms him down and explains to Simone that his nightmare is caused by something unfortunate that happened to his brother in the past. Simone later approaches Kate to inquire about their first meeting. According to Kate, she first met Mike in the rain, where Mike saved her from the rain while she was without an umbrella. At midnight, Mike emerges from the bathroom and finds Simone leaning against the wall, and he joins her. They begin to talk about their lives, and she informs Mike that she lost her mother when she was young. After that, they offer mutual support after discussing their family issues, and a friendly relationship develops between them that makes them touch each other's hands.
You're good.
Meanwhile, Kate wakes up and sees them, angry that Simone is close to her husband. Despite Mike insisting that nothing happened between them and that it was a friendly morning, Kate angrily criticizes their behavior. Mike ends the argument by shouting, and Kate apologizes for her behavior, but Simone does not accept it. The next day, when they wake up, Kate notices that Simone is not there, and informs Mike about it. She suddenly notices a note on the wall and goes towards it. No one has ever made love to me like that before, SXOX. After showing the message to Mike, Kate thinks that he slept with her last night, while Mike claims this is completely false. He believes everything here is planned to hurt them. According to him, they choose Simone because she looks like his ex-girlfriend, which angers Kate. Kate does not accept these explanations and pushes him, and Mike's head hits the wall hard and starts bleeding.
It was an accident. I'm sorry.
And secure.
It is midday. Enjoy your stay in the Immaculate room.
Mikey! Mikey!
Kate tries to stop Mike's bleeding, but Mike has doubts about choosing her as his partner and believes that he never wants to cheat on her despite the opportunity. He says that he plans to leave the room with or without her. Kate tries to stop him and tells him that nothing is left until the end of 50 days, but Mike insists on his decision and moves towards the red button. At the same time, Kate quickly picks up the gun that was under the bed and points it at Mike to prevent him from leaving the room and warns that she will shoot him if he tries to leave.
I'm sorry.
You're wrong! You're wrong, Michael!
Ignoring her, Mike pushes the red button and finally leaves the Immaculate room as the door opens. Another $1 million is deducted from the match bonus. Kate starts sobbing and kneeling after he leaves because she feels alone. Days are difficult for her, so seeing Mike's drawings makes her very sad, and she feels she misses him. With only 2 days to go, Kate stands before the red button and reaches out as if to press it. Months later, Mike is seen running down the street and unexpectedly sees Kate, who has just visited her father at the homeless shelter. Mike approaches her and asks if she has finished the challenge, but she avoids answering the question, and asks how his sister is doing. As they walk away, a plaque is revealed on the shelter indicating that the new kitchen was built using money from an anonymous donor. In fact, she is Kate. At the movie's end, it is shown that the new couple excitedly enters the Immaculate room and starts their challenge. Don't forget to like the video, and subscribe to our channel.